Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be doing an in-depth review of the Hyundai Kona Electric. So as you can see, this car looks absolutely stunning. It's very futuristic, and anything that you see inside or outside of the car will just amaze you. It looks like the future, but you don't really know how the future cars are going to look, but you can just see. Well, it's a different design to all the normal electric cars that you see on the roads than right now, and also different to the normal conventional petrol and diesel cars. So we are going to configure the car, and we're going to go over the specifications and go over in depth of how this car performs and everything else you want to know, so you can get down to your final choice if you want to buy this car. Now, I have made a top 10 most reliable electric cars list, so if you want to go see that video, make sure you go click the card in the top right hand corner of your screen and you'll be able to view that video. So we're going to go into the performance first. So it's got a 64 kilowatt hour battery, which should give you 300 miles of range and 204 horsepower with 400 newton meters of torque. So it has got a large battery pack, and obviously it can do rapid charging in just under an hour and 5 minutes, and standard home charging with about 7.2 kilowatt hour charging speeds. It should charge your car in just over 9 hours. So I recommend you use PodPoint when you're charging at home. You can get it installed for just under £450, and it will charge your car at relatively steady speeds. Should be no trouble with handshake or any other issues. So it has blind spot collision assist, some other traffic systems that you might need for daily driving, and it starts from around £32,500. It has lots of safety, as I've just gone through all these systems, and we're now going to have a look at the interior. Now, I wouldn't say the interior is top-notch quality, but then again, you're not paying for a Tesla or any other one of those expensive electric vehicles. But if you do want to check out my Tesla reviews, then make sure to hop over to my playlist called Tesla, and you'll be able to check out all the videos that I've made about every single Tesla vehicle. And there are in-depth reviews and there are comparisons to other electric vehicles. So, as you can see, the brand new Hyundai Kona has got a brand new display. So this displays your charge, your radio stations, your satellite navigation, your weather. You can even connect it up to your smartphone if it's got Bluetooth, or if you can connect it via Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And overall, it's got a good specification. Most of the bits inside are actually plastic or just bits of metal. So I wouldn't say you're going to expect a lot of soft materials. You're going to have a lot of hard, brittle materials. We also have a good sound stereo system. You can see we've got a Bose stereo system available, and it's got just a basic digital driver's display. You've got a multifunctional steering wheel, and you've got an automatic gearbox. And you can see you've actually got heated and cooled front and rear seats, which is actually a really useful feature. And you've got several other lots of buttons to choose to control your settings. Now, this is actually a really good system, because when you are on the move, you want to have loads of physical buttons, but you want to have some shortcuts, and you also want to have a good knowledge of where the buttons are, and you can just press it rather than going on a touch screen and you having to go through loads of different menus and then forgetting which menu is which, and then you can't get to your function quick enough because it just takes too much time. So you can see it does have a heads-up display option as an extra, but if you do want to have these, then that's alright. I think personally that these heads-up display screens are relatively dim, so you can't see much of it unless you're driving at night. So maybe you're going on a long journey somewhere, which is absolutely fun in this vehicle. The seats are absolutely comfortable and really good for your back as well. They're sort of like ergonomic seats, if you want to put it that way, and they're good enough to go over any distance. And obviously you're charging, if you're charging with Ionity network, which can achieve over 300 kilowatts, but you could probably achieve about 110 kilowatt hours in the Hyundai Kona. So we're going to go on to the exterior now. So it does look like a very nice compact SUV, and you can see you've got many different colours available, and you can see it has some brand new rear tail lights and also some reflectors. It has very futuristic wheels. You can see it has electric folding mirrors, and you can also have a sunroof if you want to, a panoramic sunroof. You have LED matrix headlights, so if you do need to go out front, if you do need to go to France or out of the UK, then this should be absolutely fine. So I'm going to show you the colours that are available, and then we'll go on to the specifications of the car in terms of everything else you need to know. So these are your prices that you can choose from. Now, I wouldn't recommend the white, it doesn't look very convincing, and also you can see now this is the front bit section of the car. Now, it doesn't look amazing when it's in the standard white colour, but of course you can choose whatever colour you want, and I recommend you go for some metallic coat if it is available, or just an additional extra that isn't white. Otherwise your car can get very dirty, and then you'll be in the cleaning routine of cleaning your car pretty much every single week if you are driving lots of miles a week, even if you are doing a steady amount of miles a week. So I'm going to go in this light blue, as it is my favourite for this car, and you can have a look at some gallery images. I'll put a link down to this website so you can have a look at more images of the car. So we're now going to go on to the different trim levels, which I was saying earlier. So pricing starts from £32,500 and can go all the way up to £37,500. You've got 135 horsepower single speed engine, and you can have a look at all your CO2 emissions and insurance groups and anything else you need to know. So you have some optional extras, and then you have an overview of the car. So it is quite sleek and compact, so everywhere you go you have no trouble with parking. So you have rear reversing camera, and sometimes you do get a 360 rear view, so you'll be able to see and park your car in tight spaces or even in relatively large spaces really easily, and you'll feel like you're in a really small car, and you'll never know that it was actually this large. So you've got plenty of room for adults in the rear as well. I do recommend only 2 adults sit in the rear, and 3 if you are on a tight squeeze, if you are going to a supermarket or need to drop somewhere off, but not on a long journey, because they are going to probably have head issues, because the panel on the car doesn't give enough head space. It does have relatively good leg room, but it depends on your height. So if you are over 6 foot tall, then you might have some problems with leg room. It might be touching the seat in front, depending on how the driver and passenger have set their seats. Now, it has some other features, such as cruise control, which is very useful when you're cruising on the motorway and you want to keep at a steady speed so you don't overtake the limit, and other useful features you might want to know about. So that is the in-depth review of the Hyundai Kona 2021 electric version. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like so I can keep making videos like this, and also comment down below what is your favourite electric car. I'd love to hear what you guys are driving or would want to drive, and why. So I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed.